Zigzag presents The Story of a Little Butterfly. Butterfly Evening or Ballad of the Butterfly by Zigzag. This is another visual novel. Don't know how much I don't know anything about, so I guess we're gonna go straight into this. The music in this one's nice though. It's nice. I don't know if it's original score or anything, but it's a nice opening stuff. So I guess we're gonna start with that. We will start. Start too. It seems Chow, which is Japanese for butterfly, an insect belonging to the order of descending the lawn spiral staircase, counterclockwise, down, down, down. The stairs are not angular, they are fatally warped. Even the shadows of each step are twisted en route. In the monochrome silence, the pressure on my lungs continues. Down, down, down. Even the echoing footsteps sound surreal. If possible, I want to go back up. But both my feet continue to be pulled by gravity. Left foot, right foot. Left foot, right foot. Down, down, down. Because I have to. It's my job. It's my job, 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 it's my job. It's my job. Alright. Down we go. And nope, it's my job. When I come to my senses, I realize I'm at the end of the helix. I'm gonna turn the music down a little bit because it's actually surprisingly loud. Okay, when I come to my senses, I realize that I'm at the end of the helix. Before me stands a wooden door. This is the exaggerated padlock in the door of double handles. I start to feel unwell. Terrified, anxious, cold, full of dread. There's something behind this door. I'm sure of it. My hands tremble as I grasp the lock tightly. I have to open it. It's my job. Chink! The opening click of the lock echoes. Timidly, I take hold of the handle and pull. I breathe in the air of a mold-infested basement. My fear-sharpened sense of smell catches the wretched stench. Blood and flesh. Behind the door is a dimly lit darkness. It's the bizarre silence. In the bizarre silence, the presence of a living thing floods over me. There's something here. There's something here, but I can't see anything. I can't hear anything. Oh, it's hi. No. Unnoticed, there's a flash of crimson eyes. In front of me sits a pure white child, wearing soft white hair and skin white as well, like weathered bone. No shadow, nor color, a flawless white, almost as if it isn't human. There's a sharp sound of wind. The gust blows against its cheek, nostalgically, crushingly. It's hot, it's hot, it's hot, it's hot, it's hot, it's hot. I see something crushed in its palm. It's a single butterfly. The fluttering transparent white wings are spread apart. Even while cruelly torn apart, the antennae and legs continue to tremble. The white butterfly is smeared in deep red blood, almost as if it's part of its own body. Blood keeps gushing forth from the corpse of the butterfly. No. Dark brown blood flows from a deeply torn wound on its palm. It hurts, it hurts, it hurts, it hurts! There's an explosion of pain with the fear. All the pores in my body open and consciously breathing in to scream. And then it happens. The butterfly, buried deeply within the crowded walls and ceiling, takes flight with an explosion of violently fluttering wings. deep crimson. In an instant, everything is dyed scarlet. The breathing, the pain, the screaming, anything and everything. Red, crimson, vermilion, scarlet, bloody, red, 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 red. Tens, hundreds, thousands. Red, 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 red. Skin, eye, socket, scalp, mouth. Red, 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 red. Crittering, tearing, gulping, peeling. Red, 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 red. I think it's red too. Like a study. A bookshelf that covers an entire wall lined up with antique collection. Now that's exquisite. The unique odor of leather blended with paper. A curtain-covered window that hides the distinction of day and night. In the center of the carpet stands one velvet couch. There is a form of child in black. Black suit, white shirt, a fragile frame, androgynous, wearing slender black glasses, stretched out on the couch, reading a book with a posture that suggests sleep. The sound of turning page shakes the atmosphere. One, come here. As if it answers, a single butterfly appears, looping down in a spiral. The butterfly settles on the child's shoulder and closes its wings. What happened to its food? A bored voice rings out. Almost as if it's conversation, the jet black insect hovers down to the child's ear, flapping its wings as though whispering. I see. Got it. Listening to the butterfly, the child nods without a change of expression. With a crack, the book is snapped shut. How tedious. Impressions are expressed through one simple statement, but there is no reply. The books lined up against the wall reek of death. Ballad of the Evening Butterfly. Have a nice dinner. The door opens with a creak of aged iron. The achromatic world holds its breath asleep. Only the occasional flapping of a bird's wings slip through the leaves. Before me is nothing but the shadow of the trees. There is one path that continues deep into the forest. With trees thick all around, there is no sign of human existence. As though guided, I continue on. The sound of footfalls upon new moist undergrowth hangs and dissolves in the darkness. The night sky is concealed by the mysterious foliage. A crack between the groups of leaves reveals the color of ash. The stars and moon are confined in the clouds, and the outlines of the trees are blurred. The small path that seems to stretch on and on is interrupted at length. There is an old Western-style house. It towers above me in my suddenly expanded field of vision. An enormously shadow that throbs in the darkness. Countless rows of windows are lined up in the visible wall. As if inhabited, not a single light is lit. Without change, the scene is neutral in color. I ring the bell, adjacent to the door at the entryway, twice, thrice, but there is no sign of life. I grasp the handle. Click! With a sound, the door opens. Lightly so. From the crack in the open door, a lone butterfly flies out. Large and black, its wings melt into the darkness. Welcome. There's the black boy. Looking around, I see a child in black standing there. Gender neutral, with arranged features, the child is abnormally pale. Dressed in a tailored suit and wearing black-rimmed spectacles. Around the collar of the shirt is a necktie of the same color. The whiteness of the child's slender neck floats in the darkness. I apologize. There was no reply, and I just opened the door. I do not mind. Certainly there is nobody inside. An emotionless voice. From behind those glasses, the child glances at me in greeting. Maybe it likes blue? It's nice to meet you. My name is Mitsuki Yoru, a moonless night. Oh, I guess this is him. It's nice to meet you. My name is Mitsuki Yoru, a moonless night. Whimsical, is it not? No, it's very charming. It's nice to meet you, Matsuki-san. Please, call me Yoru. Then if that's alright, if it's alright with you, Yoru-san. My name is blank 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 blank. I have one long-ass name. Sarah Karo-san, right? Yes, that's right. I answered in a quick voice, taken aback. If I have to say it, it surely is my name. But right then, for just a moment, my mind is overcome with chaos. Why? What? What caused it? I look up and before my eyes is Yoru's smiling face. For some reason, it looks unnatural. Well then, let's go. To where? To where you work. The place I am led to is a small shed on the outskirts of the western house. The brick building is under construction, halfway below ground. Past the door is a narrow set of stairs that goes down. There is a smell of old dust. A naked light bulb hangs from a beam on the bare ceiling. Also, I'm going to do something for... There we go. And there we go. The place... Okay, a naked light bulb hangs from a beam on the bare ceiling. You switch it on with an unaccustomed hand. A great amount of rubbish is revealed in my obscured vision. A broken chair, a desk, a gardening manure, a jug of kerosene. On one side, a bundle of firewood occupies a wall. It appears to be an ordinary storage shed. There is a door on the inner wall. The voice cuts through as if it's reading my mind. As instructed, I step into the darkness. Hey, Altilier. We're just reading this right now. Giving off a strange aura, these stairs stands a metal door. Bound above the padlock are iron chains. Yoru skillfully removes the chains and opens the door. I'm handing it over to you. This is the key to the basement below. That is where you will work. It's an old brass key. Yoru holds the door open as if to urge me on. My feet move, but I feel a sense of dread. Through the door is a white spiral. The angular stairs are bent at a curious angle. The black frillbird railings drop faint geometric shadows. Anything and everything is disordered. Then I'll leave it to you. I can hear the railing of the door closing behind me. The word isolation flickers through my mind. Wait. What? What? At my strained voice, the grating sound stops. Obsidian eyes peer at me from behind a slit in the door. My figure is reflected in those emotionless pupils. What is my job? There is a child at the end of these stairs. Please distract her from her boredom. Child? Now then, farewell. The door closes, ending all conversation. Next is the sound of a padlock's click. Only silence remains. There is nothing else. White walls, white ceiling, white stairs. Light and shadow, curve and lines, vertical and horizontal. I do not feel danger as I am guided down the illuminated steps. As instructed, I begin to descend down the helix. In the tight space, the echoes of my steps disappear into nothing. I step down from the infinite stairs. Reaching solid ground, I look up towards the way I came. The pure white spiral stretches on, drawn out in a warped line. Distance and time are convoluted. In front of me is a black wooden door. Water. The exaggerated lock suggests either a prison or a safe. I inserted the key and turn it. Click. I retrieve the key. It's my job. I knock at the door, but there is no reply. A second knock. Again, there is no reply. After a moment's hesitation, I grip the handle and pull. There are deep crimson eyes. The deep red eyes peek out from the crevice, like a ribboned pomegranate or a transparent ruby red. Red, crimson, scarlet, vermilion pupils. Still grasping the handle, I am petrified in surprise. One white finger pokes from between the gap and grasps at the door. With the slow creaking of the hinges, the door opens before me. Hey, how's it cooking, good looking? There is a pure white child. It is impossible to tell whether it is a boy or a girl, besides the fact that it's wearing a dress. In fact, it looks pretty girly to me. There lacks distinction. With hair of a snow maiden, with unrealistically pale limbs. Yeah, I know, ew, but that was part of the joke. It was supposed to be a joke to get you guys' what? Faces out. An albino. Perhaps its whole being is of inactive tyrannous, whatever. Translucent to the point of exposing blood, not one shadow is cast. Wearing subdued white clothing, as if perfectly molded and arranged. Carmine eyes. The black irises are transparent, showing through the color of blood. Okay, but the radius that surrounded the iris is white, and yes, I'm Professor Oak. Oh yes, child, would you like your first Pokemon? I have Pokemon for you. Choose Bulbasaur, Charmander, or Squirtle. They will put color in your life as you do battle. Go out, young trainer. It is breathtakingly beautiful. I can't move. My attention is stolen. So entranced by this maiden that I've forgotten to breathe. Hey, Pikachu isn't in blue and red generation. He comes later. There's no one else in the square room. Within the ash-black darkness, only she is white. That almost looks like a face. In fact, I'm going to write that in the chat for you guys. Look at that. Couldn't that be like some weird-ass vampire face? Aww. Yeah. She watches me silently with the ruby eyes. I realize that she is extremely fascinated. Aww. I clear my throat and avert my eyes. But she continues to watch me without moving, giving no response, like a wax figure. I become unsure if she is really breathing. Without thinking, I brush gently at her hair. Her hair is soft, like a kitten's, and warm. Aww. Silence. Aww. And more silence. Good evening. I try greeting her, but again, silence. Oh, that's me. Good evening. I try greeting her, but again, silence. I unconsciously reach into my pocket as if to search for something. My fingertips touch a hard, round object. Pulling it out, I see that it is candy. Wrapped in transparent cellophane, it has a fair lemony luster. I raise my face, and I find the girl staring intently at my hand. She seems interested. Would you like to try it? Perplexed, I present it to the girl before me. After a moment's observation, she tries to bite into it, along with my finger. Recoiling, I pull my hand and the candy away. She surprised me. My heart is beating rapidly beneath my ribcage. I somehow calm my pulse and slow my breath. I know, nom 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 nom. I peel the cellophane off the candy. This time, I take her hand and place the candy in it, so she'll eat her own fingers. Ha ha ha, my devious plan. Here you go. But she becomes fixated on her palm, unmoving. She looks at it, bewildered at what it could be. I remember. There are many cases in which albinos have imperfect vision if they lack pupil pigmentation. Is it because you can't see very well? Once asked, she nods her head. It is the behavior of a young child. I'm sorry. What I just handed to you is candy. If you would like to eat it, it will make me happy. After observing it again, she puts it in her mouth. As the orb hits her teeth, the clear sound rings forth. Is it good? She nods in silence. Relieved, I realize I haven't heard her say a single word. You can't talk? She nods in affirmation. Excuse me, I've been asking questions nonstop. As, as if finding the apology strange, she tilts her head. It is something a canary would do. A canary. She continues to look straight at me. Once again in silence, I search my pockets again. Unfortunately, I don't have another piece of candy. Oh no. What had been said to me before, please distract her, must have meant that I am to be her playmate. And my workplace must be this room. But since my entrance, only darkness has prevailed in this gloomy room. All four walls, including the floor, are made of iron-reinforced concrete. This is too inappropriately dreary to be a child's playroom. For the moment, where is the light switch? I mutter to myself. The girl stands up abruptly. It is a light gesture, mysteriously as if there is no gravity. She takes hold of my arm and begins pulling me into the inner darkness. Huh? I am perplexed by her unknown intentions. Are you sure I can follow you? She nods in response. In a sure manner, she leads me into the dark. At the far wall, there is a door. In a familiar manner, she grips the handle and pulls it open quietly. Ah! From the open gap, a bar of light illuminates her. A crimson butterfly. There is a birthmark on her back. Right on the shoulder blade is discoloration of the shape of a butterfly. Wings stretched as if about to take flight. It is a beautiful butterfly. I am on the verge of asking a question, but my voice sticks in the back of my throat. The door squeaks to a close. Actually, PK, I am going to answer something right now. Crimson Butterfly was actually not made by Fatal Frame. It's part of an old Japanese story. It's just that Fatal Frame made reference to the Crimson Butterfly. Onward! The quiet sound echoes, and before long disappears in the darkness. In the remaining silence, there is a sense of unrest. It almost sounds like the flutter of a butterfly's wings. Like a study. On the bookshelves that line the walls, extensive old books stand. From chemistry to history, there are books for unlimited subjects. Many of them are science-related books written in foreign languages, but among them are peculiar titles. A primer to blah 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 donut making for beginners and everything about parasites. It seems if there is no interest in anything other than in print. Hey, 2, you're in my way. 3, get off my head. On the couch, there's a child stretched out, reading. The black butterfly called 2 is spreading its wings on the text. Its master seems disgruntled at its disregard. It's childish, but it's being a pest at the risk of its life. The black butterfly called 3 sits at rest on the child's head. Whether it knowingly or not, it is definitely harassing. Hey, welcome back, Mizari. The black butterfly called 1 looks at its troubled companions. The child in black lowers at the Newsian says, yeah, it's about time to get in your box. Get back in your box. The child commands in a sigh, comparing the time with the table clock. Is the feeding already done? But it's already too early to dispose of it. Huffily, the child goes back to kill time with reading. Strangely, the feed, left an impression tonight. As he remembers the reason, he smiles bitterly. The person is more beautiful than all the others who have died before. But that's all there is to be said. Ballad of an Evening Butterfly. Is this your room? The complete opposite of the previous one, the room is very comfortable. Placed in the middle of the round desk, facing it is a chair. The couch at the innermost part is arranged without a crease. It seems as if this is her living room. Then, what was that room before? As I wonder this, I become aware of the girl on my arm. My name is Sarah Karu. Yoru-san told me that I was to be your playmate. But to tell you the truth, I don't really know what to do. Is there something you would like me to do? She doesn't talk. This is me talking. At my question, she nods. Letting go of my arm, she moves to lie down on the couch. Huh? I can't grasp her intentions, but it could also mean she is tired and doesn't want to be bothered. The reason I should probably get something to eat. I'm actually getting really hungry right now because I haven't eaten today, and I'm just trying to read stuff. Oh, you did?
I'm about to.
Oh, tell me when it's done. Yeah. Chili sounds amazing right now. Oh, sure. Chili and cornbread sounds great. I'll go with that, so... Yeah, seems like we're having chili and cornbread. Sounds great to me, so... But it could also mean she is tired and doesn't want to be bothered. It really does appear that it is not playtime. Still, it doesn't seem like she wants to sleep. From her soft clothes extend slender limbs. Her face is gender neutral, but her physique is that of a young boy's. I mean, so why are we calling her a her? All the confusion. The confusion everywhere. I know chili and cornbread go great together. And I am hungry. It sounds amazing to me. It's a nice... Yeah. On her back is a deep crimson butterfly. For some reason, my pulse quickens and I have to look away. At that moment, I turn my attention to the books lying on the table. They are all children's books in foreign languages. Amongst them, I recognize a title. Hans Christian Andersen Picture Book Without Pictures. How about reading aloud? I'll read to you. Would you like that? Upon hearing my question, she becomes alert. She nods. Great. How about Picture Book Without Pictures? She nods her head again. Then I'll start right away. Okay. Sitting at the round table, I pick up the leather-bound book. Oh, is that what I look like? Am I a woman? I look like a woman. I sit down on the adjacent chair. I think this is the first time I've seen my character. Naturally, I thought she would sit across from me. But hugging her knees, she sits down next to me on the floor. She rests her head on her knees quietly and tilts her head. Confused, I start to point out the other chair, but stop. I realize, why would there be so many books in a room for a girl with such weak eyesight? Someone probably usually reads out loud to her. She's probably used to listening like this. Yoru is most likely the one who reads to her. For some reason, the two seem so alike. They're about the same height as well. They could even be siblings. You're saying that the character looks like you, Mizari? The character sitting down reading the stuff, or the one who's sitting and being all happy to read things, so... For now, I put that thought in the back of my mind. In a loud voice, I began to read the first evening. Paint the scenes I described to you, he said at his first visit. No, PK, that character does not look like me. And you'll have a very pretty picture book. Picture Book Without Pictures, Builder on Builder. A highly romantic piece by Andersen. Every night the moon would speak to a lonely painter, the tale of 1,001 nights. It was of places with the painter who lived in the smallest of streets did not know of. For the moon, the world is just a topic of conversation. Paint the scenes I described to you. Turning off the words of the moon around, the painter left behind not pictures. Please listen to what the moon says. Instead, the artist turns what the moon says into stories. Unimaginable as drawn, a picture book without pictures. Tragedy occurs in ordinary life, and as well. Tonight, I saw the final act. Every part of me is enveloped in the moon's words. At east, the girl listens attentively as my voice follows the words. I can feel the warmth of the body next to mine. Whenever I'd stop, thinking that I should end, she looks at me as urging me to go on. Before I know it, a sense of unity is formed. She is listening to my voice. Just that, and she's already this happy. And like that I, yes, I, the moon, watched the entire comedy with them. At the sound of applause, my hand stops at turning the page. Unbeknownst to me, the door has been opened. It's that boy. There at the opening stands the boy in black. That is quite a touching recollection. I'm seeing what you guys are gonna say. Shane, as I said, I've been in webcam chat with you before. You do look a lot like Leon Kennedy, Shane. I can see it. It's partly your face, partly your hair, partly your figure. Yeah. Not the new Leon Kennedy who's got the stubble, but the Resident Evil 4 Leon Kennedy. And maybe Resident Evil 2 if it was defined well enough. Your hair color is about the same too, so that helps. Expression unchanging. He tells me uninterestingly. Hey, Wolf. Standing, the girl rushes up to him. Leon looks a bit different in Resident Evil 4. He looks a bit paler in Resident Evil 4. Resident Evil 6, in Resident Evil 6, he kind of looks more masculine, might be the best way to word it, but not exactly. He looks a bit more dreamy. No, I'm just kidding. But you look more like the Resident Evil 4 Leon, I would say, which is more, but it's Leon is Leon. I love Leon, so. Standing, the girl rushes up to him. Standing at the same height, he gently strokes her hair. There is a strange cold feeling in the spot where the girl used to be. I feel somewhat betrayed. Simultaneously, while facing the youth, there is an indistinct animosity, whatever that is. It fades like an illusion, but I can still feel it at the core of my heart. Face turned, the girl compares us both. As if confirming the difference, she has a mysterious look in her eyes. Your job is done, Sarah-san. I will show you to the guest room. I nod and close the book. I do as he says and move to head out the door. At that moment, my arm is seized in an effort to stop me. She looks up at me with glassy eyes. The move unexpected, my chest feels hot. I tell her I'll come up again, stroking her hair. With a painful reluctance, she pulls back. Soft and warm, the sensation of her hair. For the longest time, my fingertips can't pull away. Hi. Let's see. The room I am led to is dreadfully quiet. It's almost mysterious that I can't feel anyone around. Wide and silent, there is a smell of age. Only the ticking of the wall clock cuts through. A portion of the stairs is collapsing. The ebony banister has been polished until it shines like stone. There is stained glass fixed into the landing. As I follow the black-clad back, we begin up the stairs. The name of that girl. I notice that I'm asking almost to myself. Oh, that's me. That name of that girl. I almost asking to myself. It is Chow. As expected, he answers with his back to me. Chow. Any other questions? Fingers touching the banister, Yoru looks over his shoulder. He stares at me with his blank emotions. About her. Just as I'm about to ask, we stop. Right above us is a butterfly with jet black wings fluttering like a floating shadow. It looks like the butterfly from before. It descends with a gentle arc in the air. I turn the volume down a little bit for this song. Suspended in the space above Yoru's ear, it flaps its wings. After a moment, Yoru nods dimly. It was like they'd had a conversation. I apologize. Let me introduce you. Suddenly, he turns around. He gazes at me sharply. Pale, green obsidian eyes, mixed eyes. In a quiet but firm voice, he informs me. They are called Yacho. In the dim light, the sound of the bell reverberates. I am getting really hungry. Come to me, chili and cornbread. The wall clock plays out a heavy sound. In the next instant, a dark shadow appears from the ceiling and walls. The sound of tens, hundreds, countless black butterflies flapping their wings echoes. Above, behind, and below, an infinite number of black butterflies come scattering like flower petals flying. Yes, I need cornbread and chili. They even come through the stained glass. The jet black wings slip through the surface of the glass. I'm getting really distracted by how hungry I am, so it's getting hard to focus on what I'm reading. So I was like, The fantastic shadow curls beautifully, thickly. It is like a terrifying, beautiful nightmare. Well, that's mixed. Butterfly. The last toll of the bell diffuses through the atmosphere. The countless black butterflies suddenly disappear. That's okay, Karma. I'll have cornbread and chili soon.
That'll be 20 minutes.
20 minutes? Okay. Besides 20 minutes is when Yumi's stream starts, so I'll just read until then. The countless black butterflies suddenly disappear. I raise my eyes, dumbfounded. Instead of darkness from before, a gloomy shadow is there. For this moment, please come with me. I will explain later. Please ask questions then. It is said in a strict and quiet voice. I can't tell if the spectacle just a moment ago has been a dream or reality. Not concerned with my bewildered self, Yoru turns to go once again. I'm guessing his shadow is going to kill me. I follow his unwavering back up the stairs. Hey, sweetie, a long corridor stretches on with the windows all lined up. All of them are covered with thick hanging curtains. Chasing after the black shadow, our footsteps resound as we advance on. He knocks on the aged door at the end. There is no answer, but not caring, he pushes the door open. Good evening. It is a pleasant night, isn't it? The very last window is thrown open. A cloaked man stands in the center of the circular floor. In his hand is a revolver. The gun is aimed at Yoru's brow. If you're a burglar... Oh, is this him or... I don't know. If you're a burglar, please tell me what you are after. The voice is quiet, as usual. There is no disturbance in his graceful profile. And then I guess is the old man. Answer me. Where is Chasuki? The short man's voice holds nothing for frivolous talk. As if to prove so, he cocks his gun. And already his finger is hovering on the trigger. For a while, the silent glaring continues. My. The one who breaks the silence is Yoru. And this is Ballad of an Evening Butterfly. Muttering to himself, he shrugs. I won't ask again. Where is Chasuki? The irritation in his voice is building up. Instead of answering, Yoru reaches a hand into his coat pocket and takes something out. The man reacts to those actions. A deep, explosive sound. The bullet grazes past Yoru and hits the wall. A scarlet trail runs down his cheek. With his knee on the floor, he had avoided the gunfire. In his hand lies a black box. A black box, you say? Mysterious. It is small and has a delicate design with the color of darkness. Well, okay then. Come out. It's time to work. On a second tap, the box lid opens. I know, Pandora's box. 1. In the following moment, an indistinct sound cuts through the atmosphere. In a rush, there is a mist of blood. The man's gun-bearing hand is torn off. At this break, red flesh can be seen, blood spewing out vigorously. The gun tumbles onto the carpet. As the man screams in anguish, the shadow of the torn hand floats through the air. In the very dim light, jet black wings, black butterflies. 2. A second butterfly swoops down to the man's face, aiming at the larget it attacks, all at the same speed. Eyes, nose, cheeks, the flapping of 2 wings. As if fine poultry has been used, vermilion streaks run from every direction. All at once, blood gushes forth. Panicked, he tries to brush the butterflies off, but the flow of blood blinds him. Arms floundering it as if trying to tear his own face off, blood overflows from an empty eye socket. 3. The sound of wind rushes through. The third butterfly rips open his throat. Blood squirts like a fountain as he collapses to his knees. His legs convulse and beat against the carpet, then stop. The man's blood pools from the center of his corpse and spreads, bleeding from the arteries.
He's dead, isn't he?
The emotionless voice confirms the man's death. And I'm just going to see what you guys were saying for a second. Yes, I am really hungry right now, trust me. I know you have McDonald's. Yeah, whatever the case. I don't eat from McDonald's personally, but that's okay. Just like hungry. I know I am hungry right now. It's like, And don't do the thing my dad always does. I'm hungry, and I've been calling you Ryan this whole time. Yeah. But anyways, though. No, I don't want to fast for the day. I want to eat cornbread and chili. Generally, when an adult loses... Okay, the emotionless voice confirms the man's death. Generally, when an adult loses a third of his blood, his life is in jeopardy. More than too late to save him. It's more than too late to save him. Not even a moment, and the stench of death predicates. Hola. However, Yumi's stream is going to start soon. Give me a second. I'm going to start and stop again. I'm going to say something for you guys. We're going to probably continue this game sometime. I'll save my game right here. I wonder if this game is going to have choices or not. It probably will eventually, but it doesn't really seem like it. So for YouTube purposes, the stream's going to stop and start again. See you guys in just one moment.